Welcome to our Trump Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some spicy political and international news. First up, Elon Musk is stirring the pot. He's got billions, big influence, and some potentially damaging secrets about Trump. Musk's wealth and social media prowess could be game changers in the political arena, especially with his loyal base among Republicans. But watch out, because his moves might also alienate Democrats and complicate his business empire. Next, let's talk about a fun and rare moment at the White House. Melania Trump surprised everyone by joining Donald in performing his signature Trump dance during the 4th of July celebration. They even shared a quick kiss, making headlines and sparking mixed reactions online. It's a rare glimpse of personal warmth amid the political chaos. Finally, international tensions are heating up. The US's strikes on Iran might make North Korea even more determined to keep its nuclear weapons, risking regional stability. Meanwhile, China is urging for peaceful talks, but the US's military activities could push North Korea to develop even more advanced nuclear arsenals. It's a complex web of diplomacy and power plays that could shape the future of global security. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights. The Independent vividly portrays Elon Musk as a formidable political player with the potential to influence the U.S. political landscape significantly. Musk's immense wealth, estimated at over $400 billion, and his substantial contributions to Republican candidates, especially Trump, position him as a powerful financial force capable of swaying elections and funding new political movements. His ability to mobilize a dedicated online following through his ownership of X, formerly Twitter, and his influence over conservative media channels allows him to shape public opinion and potentially undermine Trump's dominance within the GOP. Musk's involvement in critical industries like space exploration and satellite communications, along with his international connections, particularly in China, further amplify his reach and influence, making him a strategic adversary capable of leveraging both his economic power and social capital. Meanwhile, the spectacle of Melania Trump joining her husband in a playful, somewhat awkward rendition of his signature Trump dance during the 4th of July festivities encapsulates the blend of political spectacle and personal image that characterizes the Trump era. The viral video of Melania mimicking her husband's dance moves, which garnered over 1 million views, highlights how moments of levity and PDA are weaponized for political and media consumption. Reactions ranged from endearing admiration to mockery, reflecting the polarized public perception of the Trump's relationship. This event underscores how political figures often craft moments of humanized, relatable behavior to connect with supporters, even if such moments are tinged with controversy or perceived as staged, revealing the performative nature of modern political leadership. The escalating feud between Elon Musk and Steve Bannon adds another layer to the turbulent political theater surrounding Musk. The Independent details a heated exchange on Bannon's podcast, where Bannon accused Musk of disloyalty and suggested he should be deported for polling his followers about creating a new American political party. Musk responded with insults, calling Bannon a fat, drunken slob and threatening legal action. This personal and ideological clash exemplifies the fractured alliances within the conservative movement and underscores Musk's willingness to challenge entrenched political figures. It also illustrates how Musk's foray into politics, marked by provocative gestures like the party poll, has ignited hostility from traditional Trump loyalists, emphasizing the volatile and unpredictable nature of Musk's political ambitions and his capacity to influence ideological battles beyond the boardroom. The South China Morning Post paints a vivid picture of how recent U.S. strikes on Iran could inadvertently bolster North Korea's nuclear ambitions. Experts warn that these military actions might reinforce Pyongyang's belief that nuclear weapons are essential for its survival, leading to increased distrust and a commitment to expanding its nuclear arsenal. North Korea's response could involve making its nuclear weapons more mobile and dispersed, emphasizing second strike capabilities, and investing heavily in underground facilities, effectively ending any hopes for denuclearization. Meanwhile, Beijing faces a complex strategic dilemma, as the increased U.S. pressure risks regional instability and complicates China's efforts to promote stability and dialogue on the Korean peninsula. With shared borders and intertwined interests, China's primary goal remains maintaining regional peace, yet the U.S.'s aggressive posture could provoke further escalation, forcing China to tread carefully amid its support for denuclearization and regional stability. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on the tense situation in Gaza, where Hamas has expressed readiness to engage in immediate ceasefire talks, in a move that could signal a potential de-escalation after months of conflict. Following Israel's large-scale military campaign launched in response to a deadly Hamas-led attack, the region remains on edge, with previous ceasefires mediated by Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S. only offering temporary relief. The situation is further complicated by recent attacks on aid workers and ongoing casualties, highlighting the fragile humanitarian situation. As Israel contemplates its next move, the international community watches closely, aware that any breakthrough in negotiations could significantly impact the future stability of the region, but also recognizing the deep-rooted mistrust and security concerns that continue to fuel the cycle of violence. The South China Morning Post details the evolving U.S.-China relations centered around the TikTok controversy, where President Donald Trump has indicated that negotiations on a potential sale of the app's U.S. operations are imminent. The deal, which would see ByteDance divest a majority stake to American investors, remains a contentious issue, with Beijing strongly opposing such a move that would reduce Chinese ownership. Trump's assertion that a deal is, pretty much, in reach signals a significant shift, yet the outcome hinges on Beijing's approval amid ongoing trade tensions. The negotiations reflect broader geopolitical struggles, with the U.S. seeking to address national security concerns while China aims to protect its technological assets and influence. As both sides navigate these complex negotiations, there's speculation about possible high-level visits and diplomatic exchanges, hinting at a cautious yet strategic thaw in their often tense relationship, with potential implications for global trade and technology governance. The Washington Post reports that Congress's recent passage of a massive domestic policy bill marks only the beginning of a protracted political battle, as critical provisions such as tax cuts and safety net restrictions are set to expire or face challenges in 2028. This legislation, which includes controversial cuts to Medicaid and food assistance programs, has sparked intense debate among Democrats and Republicans alike. Democrats are vocally criticizing the bill for its potential harm to vulnerable populations, with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries highlighting the inconsistency of GOP moderates who previously opposed similar policies but now seem willing to accept them. Meanwhile, some Republican moderates, like Senator Josh Hawley, have expressed intentions to prevent certain Medicaid tax cuts from taking effect, signaling that the fight over these provisions is far from over and will influence future elections, especially as the bill's most contentious elements are scheduled to come into force in 2028. Yahoo US details the tragic early morning stabbing in Augusta County, where two men lost their lives during what appears to have been an isolated incident at a party involving known associates. Law enforcement responded swiftly to the scene, but despite efforts to save the victims, both succumbed to their injuries. The sheriff's office emphasizes that there is no current threat to the community, and an active investigation is underway, with numerous individuals detained for questioning. This violent event underscores the ongoing challenges law enforcement faces in addressing sudden outbreaks of violence, even in seemingly isolated or private settings, and highlights the importance of community safety measures. Stateline, also via Yahoo US, discusses the financial pressures faced by states nationwide amid slow revenue growth and increased costs, which are forcing governors to consider spending cuts, hiring freezes, and tax hikes. Despite many states maintaining healthy reserve funds and low debt levels, the end of pandemic aid and uncertain economic conditions are prompting difficult fiscal decisions. Washington's Democratic Governor Bob Ferguson, for example, has called for continued austerity measures, warning of ongoing economic challenges. Meanwhile, states like Tennessee are relying on unspent funds and federal pandemic earnings to buffer their budgets. Overall, while many states remain fiscally stable, the persistent economic headwinds suggest that budget tightening and tough policy choices will continue into the coming years. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broad Broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen. Every link a different theme, words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot. Cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a strobe. Every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code. Journalists dig real deep, secrets out, they don't sleep. Every angle they'll keep, in the news we take a leap. New perspectives day by day, hidden truths come to play.